Lynch, 3 points out of 4 at the weekend. Were you satisfied with that?
By the end of Sunday night, yeah. We were disappointed on Saturday to lose the game in overtime, dropping a point. But the guys gave a great reaction to the Sunday night game in Kirkcaldy. So at the end of the weekend, the 3 points was pretty fair, I think.
So Saturday night, we went down 3-2 after overtime. It was a game we dominated large periods of the play, but we just couldn't get away from them. What was your view on the game?
Yeah, I think you've kind of summed it up pretty well, actually. I thought we did dominate them. The shots on net kind of said that as well. I think it was something like 38-20 or something around that number. We just couldn't put the puck in the net, and we ultimately paid for it in overtime.
And in the locker room after the game, was it a frustrated locker room? Because it was a big point to drop.
Yeah, frustrated in the sense that we didn't get the win, but looking back on the game, I couldn't really fault the guys too much for the way they played. There wasn't too many mistakes, a couple of little breakdowns, but nothing major. It was just one of those nights that didn't really click for us, and we only picked up 1 point instead of 2.
So I'd imagine you were looking for a reaction for the guys going into Sunday night, and you got that with a 3-2 win over in Kirkcaldy. You must have been delighted with the way the guys dug in.
Absolutely. We knew it was a game we couldn't afford to lose. You know, we're trying to climb this table. We couldn't afford to lose that game on Sunday and have Fife pick up a 4-point weekend and us just picking up 1. So yeah, we were looking for a reaction. We got that. I think we dominated the game from start to finish. Although the 3-2 scoreline maybe doesn't illustrate that, but I think the shots on net were something like 50-24 or something like that. We outshot them 2-1. So their goalie had a great game on Sunday night, as did their goalie on Saturday. Yeah, we came out hard on Sunday and did what we needed to do to get the win.
As you mentioned there was kind of signs of the previous night. We dominated the game. The shots and goals were, we were far more shots and goals than them. But did you worry that it was going to be the same outcome?
It was in the back of my mind, yeah, especially when we were 3-2 up with about 5 minutes to go. One of their guys missed a wide open net. That could have completely changed the game, changed the result, but thankfully that bounced our way.
So Craig Chalmers, he had a huge weekend for us. He came up with some big saves at vital times. How important is it to have an experienced guy like Craig at the back end?
Yeah, it's important. I think we spoke about it in the interview we did last week. We had to make a few tweaks defensively because we were just giving up far too many shots in high percentage areas. So we changed the way we play in our own zone a little bit. And I think that definitely helped us as a team and probably helped Craig as well, because in games previously we've kind of been hanging him out to dry a little bit with the quality of the shots that he's been facing. But like I say, we started taking care of the front of the net a little bit better. We started taking care of rebounds a little bit better and stopped giving up so many, like I say, the high quality shots in the slot, because ultimately it's Craig that's been affected by that.
So 3 points, it's a great return, but you know yourself, it means nothing if we don't carry on this weekend. We've got 2 big games at home against Kilmarnock Thunder here on Saturday night, and through in Glasgow against Paisley Pirates on Sunday.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kilmarnock had a great result on Sunday night up in Dundee against the Comets, and Paisley have been playing well lately as well. So, we seem to say this every week, Eastie, there's no real easy games in the SNL, and we have to bring our A game in, game out, if we want to keep picking up points. But again, we'll be looking for 4 points this weekend, and anything less than that will feel like our underachievement.
So Saturday night, it's got a wee bit more significance from the fans' point of view. It's the Teddy Toss game. Obviously, we'll be hoping for a big crowd. So the Teddy Toss, for anyone that doesn't know, it's after the Caps score the first goal, they throw their teddies onto the ice. How important are these types of events, along with like the food bank campaign?
Yeah, they're massive. They're massive. We want to be doing our bit within the community. So the food banks, the teddy bear toss, it gets a little bit exposure. We're doing some good for community groups and things like that, and I don't doubt we'll be doing more things like that as the season goes on.
That's brilliant, Lynch. Well, good luck for the weekend, and watch out for flying bears on Saturday night.
Cheers, thanks.
Aaron, a good weekend there against the Kestrel. 3 points, but probably we should have been 4. How disappointed were the guys after that loss on Saturday night?
Well, obviously pretty disappointed. Like, losing overtime's like probably the worst way to lose, especially after like outshooting them like 2-1 or something like that, and to not get over the line. And boys are pretty gutted, that's for sure.
But we bounced back on Sunday night over in Kirkcaldy with a big 3-2 win, and it was a great performance. Do you feel that we had to win that game to stay in the mix for the league?
A wee bit, yeah. I mean, all the games pretty much are like, you feel like you have to win them. It's quite tight, everyone can beat everybody, so every game especially against teams like Kestrels, and every win is like massive. And I think we played pretty much the same as we did before, we just managed to get over the line in that second game, so yeah.
So in both games at the weekend we had a lot of shots. Saturday night I think it was 38 or 34 possibly, Sunday was 50. What do you think it is, why we're not hitting the net there?
We're just like, we're getting shots, but they're not like grade A kind of shots, basically. Like, it's one thing getting good shots, but it's another getting shots that are going to actually like challenge the keeper and make him make that extra save. And second to that, getting on the rebounds as well is something that we need to be better at, especially against teams like that. But they play like really well defensively, really compact. Like, we might have 50 shots, but they probably blocked another 50 as well, so it's tough, but it's just how it goes sometimes.
So another 4 points up for grabs this weekend. Saturday night here against Kilmarnock Thunder, and then through in Glasgow on Sunday night against Paisley Pirates. Are you confident we can take the maximum 4 points?
I think, well, yeah, we're definitely confident that we can win both games. I don't see why, there's no reason why we can't do that. They're both probably, those teams are both probably feeling pretty good. Obviously Kelly managed to beat Comets, and Paisley absolutely, they turned over Kestrels as well, so they're probably going to be feeling pretty good, but we're feeling pretty good as well, and I think that both games are going to be really good, really competitive. So.
And personally yourself, Aaron, how much are you enjoying being back at the Caps? You played here 4 years ago when it was the Elite League. How much are you enjoying being back here in Edinburgh?
Yeah, it's good. Like, it's good to just, most important thing is like being back with these players. Obviously played a lot with these guys, like whether it was whilst we were at Caps and then playing with SNL and then also with the Racers as well. So it's good to be back playing with those guys. There's a good like locker room like chemistry basically. So that's the best thing.
And the Caps fans, I mention them every week, but you know, there's been great crowds so far. How enjoyable is it for you and the players to be playing in front of them each week?
Well, it's good because, like, at the end of the day, this is like effectively amateur hockey. So to have like, you know, a professional level fan base, and they really like, they make such a massive difference when we're playing at home and we come out to see this many people sitting above our bench. It makes a massive difference for, I think I speak for everyone when I say that, so yeah, it's massive.
That's brilliant, Aaron. Well, thanks for speaking, and we'll catch up with you later on in the season.
No worries.